You've put in the work. You dragged yourself to the gym, sweated through the cardio, and stuck to the routine for 30 days straight. Then you step in front of the mirror, expecting a reward, and see zero physical changes. It's incredibly frustrating. But that frustration comes from a flaw in how we measure progress. We tend to tie the value of a workout to the visible metrics, a shrinking waistline or the sudden appearance of muscle definition. There is a reason successful people build their routines around exercise, and it has little to do with looking good. In his book, The Power of Habit, Charles Duhigg identifies exercise as a keystone habit. It is a foundational behavior that naturally influences and improves every other area of your daily life. If we could bottle the effects of a workout, it would be the most valuable pharmaceutical ever developed. Yet, the most profound physiological shifts it triggers are completely hidden from the naked eye. If you rely on that bathroom mirror to tell you it's working, you will likely quit right before the most important internal upgrades actually begin. The moment your heart rate elevates during that very first workout, your body initiates a coordinated, system-wide response. Blood flow accelerates, pushing a surge of oxygen straight to the brain. This diagram shows the immediate chemical reaction in the brain as blood flow increases. The sudden rush triggers the release of serotonin and endorphins to lift your mood, alongside a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, which helps reduce stress levels and improves learning. Looking at this isolated dopamine pathway, we can see the chemical state behind a lack of motivation. That lingering sense of laziness often traces back to a measurable dopamine deficit, a baseline that is too low to make tasks feel worth the effort. Physical exertion treats this deficit directly. As your heart pumps, you increase the amount of dopamine in your blood, providing the exact chemical necessary for focus, attention, and the feeling of satisfaction when you get things done. Each session serves as a self-administered chemical treatment for procrastination. Instead of feeling worn out, the sudden influx of dopamine leaves you feeling motivated and energized for the rest of the day. As you push past the first few weeks, it's easy to assume the goal is to burn off fat. In reality, your body focuses on building muscle tissue first. This is a schematic of a muscle cell, highlighting the mitochondria. These are the biological engines that power your body, converting the carbs, fats, and proteins you eat into usable cellular fuel. Over the first 6 to 8 weeks of consistent cardio, these internal engines undergo a significant expansion. Research shows your cells will multiply their mitochondria count by up to 50. Because muscle tissue requires more energy to maintain than fat, it burns more calories even while resting. With this higher density of mitochondria, your metabolism increases, meaning you continue to burn fuel long after you've finished your workout. While the mirror might show nothing during these first 2 months, you are invisibly transforming your cellular structure into a high-efficiency calorie-burning machine. That biological upgrade doesn't pause when you leave the gym. The steady release of endorphins and dopamine continues to circulate, helping to alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression long after the sweat has dried. By the time you head to bed, the natural drop in body temperature that follows exercise helps pull you into a deeper sleep. This physical activity helps recalibrate your circadian rhythm, your internal biological clock, which effectively negates the restlessness that causes insomnia. The deliberate physical stress of a workout creates the biochemical foundation your body needs for perfect rest and recovery. You hit the 6-month mark. This is the threshold where the relentless internal construction finally pushes outward, and those biological adaptations become impossible to ignore. This comparison shows the structural upgrade to the cardiovascular system. The heart strengthens, pumping more blood with less effort. We measure this efficiency through VO2 max. A 20% increase means running an 8-minute mile with the effort it previously took for 10. The physical capabilities and the lean physique you see in the mirror are just the final visible byproducts of the chemistry that has been secretly building for half a year. At this stage, you aren't just looking better. You are operating with an optimized daily flow of dopamine and endorphins. This chemical stability, combined with the psychological win of mastering a difficult habit, results in a profound boost in confidence. As you realize you can successfully change your own body through discipline, that sense of agency spills over into your social life, providing the self-assurance needed to take risks and pursue new opportunities. Over the long term, 3 hours of exercise a week compounds into a substantial return on investment, saving thousands in medical bills, reducing reliance on prescription drugs, and statistically extending your lifespan. The next time you lace up your shoes and see no immediate change in the mirror, do not stop. Trust the invisible process that is actively rebuilding a happier, longer life from the inside out.